For the 90-90 hip internal rotation PAIL and rail, it stands for progressive angular isometric loading and regressive angular isometric loading. That's not important. What we're really going to do is think about pushing, PAIL pushing, and lifting on the rails. Okay, so you see here what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 90-90 position at, call it 90-90 because we're 90 degrees at the hip and the knee here, okay? And I'm going to turn in this case and I'm going to face my back leg. Okay, so you see the way that I set up for this is I'm going to be set up where, so you can pause so you can see. To start this, you're going to camp out on your hands behind you, okay? So you're going to lean back as far as you have to be able to just lean back on your hands, and you're going to feel a stretch to the side of your hip in here. That's what we want, okay? For some people that may be a little bit aggressive at first, that's okay. Just lean back as far as you have to make it tolerable. And from there, what we're going to do is we're just going to breathe nice, long breath cycles. So I'm trying to go for the longest inhales and the longest exhales I can here. So you'll see I have quite a decent bit of passive mobility through this position. So if that is easy for you, or once it is easy to kind of just camp out on your hands and stretch that position, you can place your hands on your ankles here like so. And that'll give you a little bit more of an aggressive stretch if you sit up. So I'm counting the breaths here, right? I'm getting nice, deep, long inhales through my nose. Then I'm really exhaling out my mouth. And I'm imagining I'm just sitting further into that stretch, okay? The more I can sit into that stretch, the more I'm going to feel that hip really through the side of that hip kind of start to open up. Ideally, we'll stretch this for somewhere between 1 to 2 minutes. If your breath cycles aren't that long at first, let's just make sure we're sitting in here for 1 to 2 minutes just to open up some motion, okay? Then what we're going to do from there is you're going to see after my breath cycles are done here, right? So I'm just sitting, breathing. You see I'm getting real long breaths. I'm shooting for like 10 seconds each way. That'll give me, if I do 5-6 breath cycles, that'll give me at least a minute. I think I'm doing even longer than 10 seconds here. So if I skip ahead here, what I'm going to do after I get my breaths is, you're going to see me, I'm going to lean back on my hands. If you're already on your hands, you can just stay there. So I'm going to lean back, and what I'm going to start to do, you can't see it in the video here, but I'm going to start to drive this ankle down into the turf, okay? So you're going to see me ramp up tension. So every 5 seconds, I'm going to imagine I start at about 50% effort for 5 seconds. 5 seconds go by, I'm going to ramp up to 75% effort. 5 more seconds go by, I'm going to ramp up to 90% effort. So I'm going to really start crushing. I'm going to crush as hard as I can, like you just saw there. You can kind of see my facial expression. Hard as I can for the last 5 seconds, 100%. Really crush that ankle into the turf. From there, what I'm going to do is, after that 20 seconds of progressive ramping up, I'm going to lean forward. You're going to see I'm going to put my hands down. So I'm going to come forward, rather, put my hands down and sit as tall as I can. So I don't want to lose my chest height. I want to stay tall. And then I'm going to lift through that ankle. So the same way we just pushed, we're going to go the opposite way. We're going to lift as high as we can here. When you get good at this, like you see here, once you can keep your hands down for 20 seconds, so we're lifting for 20 seconds after we just pushed into that pail for 20 seconds, the rail, the lifting portion here, we're going to just try to lift. Once you get good at being able to do that the whole time with your hands down like I started, once that's easy, it will get easy. What we're going to do is, you're going to see me pick my hands up and bring them out towards the camera to the side of me. Okay, so I'm still trying to keep my chest. I'm not losing my chest height here, okay? And I'm creating tension through my fists, which is going to help me tense up my core. And this makes it a lot harder to lift that back leg up through the ankle. You're going to really feel this hip, this glute, and maybe even up into this low back work very hard to do this. That's okay. If you get cramping, that's okay. This can't hurt you. This is actually what we need to do here. So I'm just going to lift that as high as I can under tension. You're going to see over that 20 or so seconds, it's definitely difficult to do, and you're going to see by the face I make coming off of it at the end where I've had about all I can take. Okay, so this is the 90-90 hip internal rotation, PAIL and rail.